Hi, I'm Terry. I've lost 175 pounds with keto and carnivore. Thank you for watching. Hello, I'm going to make some muffin top. My little muffins that I make, the little breads that I use for various things. I buy my eggs in this size. So when I pull them out, it looks like this. And I'm gonna do a dozen and see how they work. I have not done this many before. I have 3 of these little pans. And so I'm gonna crack 1 dozen eggs. Oh man. And then all I'm gonna do is pour it into these little silicone pans. So again, I know there's so many fun chaffle things. They all look great, but this is just faster and more bulk for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll do 2 rows of these eggs. So I'm going to crack these right now, and I'll get back with you. I prefer my electric whisk. It gets done very fast. I am not salting or peppering them because I use them in so many different ways. I don't want to mess with just the bland flavor. Like I always say, bread, crackers, all that stuff is a vessel to get something to your mouth. So, and I heard that from Allie McWowie here on YouTube. So, anyway, but that's what she always said. But so what I'm making is just some bread that's going to bring something to my mouth. So I don't need necessarily a specific flavor. So I'm going to use my electric whisk and mix them up. I have duck fat spray that I use. If you have something different, definitely use what works for you. You may not even have to spray them, I don't know. My oven is preheating to 350 right now. Oh, I guess I come to the end of it. Maybe not. Okay. For a little better control, I have a scoop. This one's a ½ cup, but I'm not filling it. I'm just using it to move the egg from here to there. I'm covering the bottom. Maybe it's 1/4 of an inch. I'm not really sure. To do this faster, you could probably use, the egg whites or whole eggs, in the carton. That would definitely work faster. So I'm going to finish filling these up. Now they go into the oven. I think it took 20 minutes last time, so let's see. Hey Ziggy, set oven timer 20 minutes. So there we go, and I'll get back to you. It's been 20 minutes. Let's take a look. That one bubbled up. I feel like these could go in a little longer to kind of brown and crisp up a little bit. Let's take a look at all of them. Those look good. Those look good. Hold on. Yeah, I'd like this one to go on top just a little bit longer to get a little more brown. You know what? I might just put them all in for 5 more minutes. All right. I'm satisfied with that. So now I need to set them out to cool. So hold up. I'm going to lay this out on a rack and let them cool. So this was a dozen eggs, and it made 18 little muffin tops. And you can use these for pizza crust. You can use these for bread. You can use them for whatever you want to use them for. There's just so many options. Anything you use the chaffle for, you can use these for. Like I said, I like to use as little as stuff as possible when I do something like this. And the reason why I use as little stuff as possible is because we all know I count calories. So for me, the calories need to be as little as possible. And so I didn't spray this one very well. See if I can do a little something about that. This was probably the one that it was not spraying well out of. But it's not sticking too bad. Anyway, so the least amount of ingredients in these, then the more I can have on top of them for better calories. Alright, I'm going to fight these and finish putting these out, and then I'll let them cool. So the trick to these is making sure you've got enough egg in them that they will not just be a thin little crispy thing. So, alright. That's how they're looking. While those are across the room cooling, we are going to work on our egg casseroles. We're going to make 2 egg casseroles today. So I'm going to put in a little bit of, this is a blend of lard and tallow. I've had this for a long time. Now that the oil is good and hot, I'm going to add in, I'm making 2. So 2 bags of this pepper and onion blend. Actually, it's 1.5. The other one, this one was open. So I'm just going to cover it and let it defrost and then saute it up, because this is going to go in the bottom of the casserole. While that's cooking, I'm going to go on and add a little bit of avocado oil to these. Just like my mommy used to do, I'll take a paper towel and kind of rub it around the edges. So that way there's a little oil all over. I typically eat 3 eggs with the vegetables and bacon pieces and some cheese every day. So 3 eggs. That muffin, I had the casserole. I put it into 6 servings. So 6 times 3 is 18. So I'm going to crack 18 eggs into here. So unlike the my little bread things that I make, I'm going to add just what I added to my breakfast this morning. So this is ground white pepper. I'm going to add some ground black pepper. Going to add some salt. Going to add some no salt. And now I'm going to whip it up. So I always add, when I eat my eggs in the morning, I eat 2 servings of bacon pieces, which is 14 grams. So of course I asked my Alexa thing, 14 times 6, and that's 84. So this is going to be 12 servings. It's going to be 12 servings of bacon pieces. Because again, I use 2. There we go. So that's going to be 84 grams. So I'll let you all see me build my first casserole, and then I'll do the other one. So the eggs are just sitting back here. I got the bacon pieces, and I'm going to get the cheese. I keep my cheese frozen, and with the bacon pieces, I do 2 servings. With the cheese, I do a half of a serving. So half of a serving of the cheese is 14 grams, which is basically 2 tablespoons. And so, again, 14 times 6 is 84. What I was thinking was I'm going to mix it up. I've got, this one is mozzarella. By the way, if you buy reduced fat cheese, there's fewer calories in it. And since calories is something I'm conscious of, that's why I bought the reduced fat cheese. Keep your cheese in the freezer, but keep your mallet handy. That one was mozzarella. This one is Fiesta Blend. Okay. So again, we need to get to 84 grams. Look. Okay. So there's 84 grams. So, like I say, I measure everything so then I don't have to think about it or worry about anything throughout the week. I measure it and it's done and it's set. All the macros are going to be the same every single day. So there's a lot of water, of course, from the vegetables. They were frozen. So I'm scooting as much of the onions and peppers aside, and then I'm going to use a paper towel to soak out some of the extra water. Why? Because I'm in a hurry. Ain't nobody got time to be waiting on this to be all evaporate. That would be the right thing to do. That would be the proper chef method, but we know Terry ain't proper with nothing. You might pick up a pepper or 2 along the way in there, but yeah, it's all right. I just don't want my eggs to be watery. So now I'm going to let it go just a little bit longer in case there's any extra liquid in the onions and peppers. Okay, let's see how these are doing. They stand up. So some of them are a little floppier, but imagine putting a piece of meat between it and there you go. I saw Ketorific Journey, that's named his Mike. And he used his chaffle that he made as noodles or dumplings for his chicken and dumplings. So, you could also use these for that. If you're not following Mike on Ketorific Journey, give him a follow. He's got a lot of fun ideas. He's lost weight using keto, and so he even has like a podcast type thing that you can watch. I'm just more of a, this is what I'm eating and this is what I'm driving kind of channel. But he's got a lot of fun things going on over there. But yeah, so there it is. It's pliable. It's not crispy. You could put it in a toaster if you wanted to. That's a thought. I wonder if I even still have a toaster anywhere. But you could pop it in the toaster if you want crispy. Again, you can use these to put some marinara and pizza toppings like I did and have little pizzas. So there you go. That is our muffin tops. So what I'm going to do is put them in little Ziplocs of 2. So whenever I think I'm going to want to do something, I can pull them out and I can do something with them. I can pull them out ahead of time, a day ahead of time. And now when they defrost, they are a little bit moist inside. They're a little watery. But that's because when things are in the freezer, they form that ice crystals. So, all right, I'm going to package these up. Okay, so I labeled them as muffin buns. And now I'll put them in here. Now, if you're carnivore, these are perfect. You see, it's only eggs that's in this. And if you're not counting calories or anything, you can make these and put you some lunch meat on it and some cheese on it, or some bacon and meat and more meat and cheese, whatever you want. So these would work great if you're carnivore and you're wanting, you know, especially if you're new and you're really looking for a replacement. Ketovore, carnivore, keto, all of them, these worked really great. So you see I've got it in this, and then I'm going to toss this in the freezer, and when I want one, I'll pull a little baggie out. Okay, so now I'm going to put the peppers and onions at the bottom of this. I'm just going to kind of divide this between the two, a scoop in one and a scoop in the other. Scoop in one and a scoop in the other. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not left-handed, so I got to do it this angle. I know you're just seeing the back of it, but just know it's a scoop on one side and a scoop on the other. I did leave out enough of the frozen because today's Saturday, so tomorrow I will be able to make one before church. So I left enough, like one little bit of a frozen one for me to use tomorrow. So at the bottom of this is going to be the veggies. This one might have a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so. And then in the mornings, I'll just eat this at work. I can microwave it if I want to. Now hang on, let me grab the other parts. Okay, I'm only going to do one first, and this is the 84 grams of bacon pieces. Making sure I get this in there. It always goes to the bottom anyway, the bacon does, so there we go. Now I'm going to add all my eggs. And last, I'm going to top it off with the cheese. Okay. I'll get the other one made, and then we will pop them in the oven. Get these put in the oven very carefully. We are checking things off our list today. So this took about 50 minutes to an hour last time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it for 30 minutes and then 30 minutes. So that way I can come turn them halfway, like rotate shelves. Ziggy, set a timer 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave them in now, and 30 minutes I'll rotate them. I'll rotate shelf and turn them backwards. It's been an hour. Let's take a look. When I checked them about 12 minutes ago, they were still jiggly in the middle. So I'm going to pull them out, and I'm going to let them sit for a little bit. They're not jiggly in the middle right now. So we're going to let them deflate. We'll let them sit for about 10, 15 minutes. Oh, wrong button. We'll let them sit 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll cut them and dish them out. I went ahead and pulled them out and set them on this cooling rack. So I'll let them sit here for another, I don't know how much time we have left on our timer. 10, 15 minutes. We'll just leave them out here to cool before we cut them. All right, so here it is. Look how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look pretty? It's upside down, of course. But this one, all the vegetables are at the bottom for sure. So I'm going to line it up about what I think is the middle. Cut it. This is a very, very bad knife, so it won't hurt it as I scrape along the middle. There we go. And like I said, we're making 6 servings, so if that's about half, then that and that. Okay. You and you. I'll do it again. Line it up. So about you. Maybe a little more over you. Let me go on and separate them all. So then I can get them in baggies. And I'll be able to put these in the freezer. Again, just like the egg muffins, these will they get wet when you freeze them, or the moisture in them, gets crystallized. So when you go to defrost them, they're definitely pretty moist. They're pretty wet. So if that's something you don't like, then don't make as many as I do. But for me, I bulk meal prep so that way I don't have to do nothing. So now these will get me through 2 weeks because it'll be 5 1 week and 5 another. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I make my own breakfast. So now I'll cut this one. Don't forget, when you're done cooking, sanitize your counter. I know some people use vinegar water. Some people use all kinds of stuff. I'm lazy, so I use these already made wipes. Don't forget to clean off your cabinets. I never put food on there, but sometimes something will drop and I'll pick it up and eat it. But I know, like my mama, she puts food out on her counter, but she doesn't have 4 dogs and fur all over the house. So, all right. So there they are. They're all bagged up. I don't have them sealed yet. I'm going to let them finish cooling down, and then I'll pop them in the freezer just to kind of help cut down on the moisture. So there they are. That's how they looked on the bottom. There's the top. They look pretty. Okay, bye.